Guys, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
I've been saying this to the guys who have interviewed already today, that this feels like it's coming at just the right time. Not only is it summer, sun's out, you know, everyone's having their Pims and their ciders and everything, but then want to get out of the heat into a nice air-conditioned cinema to celebrate films. And also after the last couple of years, this feels like the right time. Are you excited now? Are you at that point where you're really excited for people to go and see it together?
So stoked for this, aren't you?
Oh,
So
yeah.
ready.
I'm so stoked.
It was like, the film did ride a bit of a roller coaster through the pandemic. And we were going into production in March 2020, and we had to just kind of like pull the brakes. It was so butt-clenchingly nerve-wracking, in and out production. But I just always knew that we had to make it, that it would be a film that people would want to see at the other side. You know, that after all the dark days, you would want to just go and see something that raised your spirits, made you laugh, made you cry, made you sing, clap, dance, whatever.
Did that add a little bit of extra, kind of another layer to the film, given that you had like, a different energy because you had to go through all of that madness?
Definitely, and we had decided that Rachel should be a nurse before COVID. And then suddenly, through those 2 years, the kind of role of the NHS and the role of, you know, medical staff suddenly became so kind of heartbreakingly crucial. That was another weird thing, you know, that she was a nurse. And I don't know, it was just the film we had to stick with.
For you, this character is just, I mean, I can imagine it was just fantastic to go to work every day and play this character. There's a real kind of life and a real kind of energy to her. It must have been great to play someone like that.
It was really fun to play her. I don't know. I would say I'm quite similar to my character. So it wasn't really that hard to, like, play her. It was just kind of organic to me. And, like, even with every single cast member, I feel like they all match their character very well. It was, like, authentic energy. It was kind of them. So it wasn't really hard with, like...
Jessie's very Debbie. Very sort of, like, luminous and dancing all the time and... very busy.
Yeah.
And a kind of, you know, maybe the shortest but the strongest leader, I would say. That
was me.
That was you. Was it like stepping back? I've asked the other girls this. What's it like stepping back in time? Because you're stepping back into the 90s, and there's so many little things about that era that stand out. And I will say as well, you have one of probably the funniest joke with your CFAX joke of the year. In the screen that I was in, everybody absolutely wet themselves when they saw that, so that's a good thing. But what was it like stepping back in time? There was CFAX, WH Smiths. It's just a different time, different world.
I mean, I wouldn't really say like stepping into it was kind of hard. Just I feel like I love watching 90s. I just love the 90s.
She's got a 90s soul, this girl. She dresses in massive baggy clothes on a day off.
on a day off.
But don't you? And
yeah,
the kind of
I
big,
really do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big trainers. It's all, it's the whole vibe.
So it wasn't really like kind of that hard to step into a different era just because I love watching that era anyway and like wearing it and, you know. But with like little things like why is the TV like that? Like, it's just, yeah. There was just little things.
And said, "What's that?"
No, literally, I was like, "What is that?" I don't know
to the recorder thing.
Yeah.
You have to press play and record at the same time, otherwise it doesn't work. One of the eccentricities of the 90s. And also, I mean, performing these songs and being part of the boys' world, shall we say, it's very easy to see, I guess, how successful they are and how they've endured over 3 decades. And they seem to have these songs that even if people say they don't like them, most people seem to know the words. And if they're on at the right time, people will get involved.
It's so weird. And you never tire of them because, like, we were around them, weren't we, just every day for months. And then I was in the edit of the film for, like, 6 more months. And I had those songs yanging around in my head the whole time, and they just never tiring. I never got bored of them. I loved them all. I'd go home from work. I was saying to Jessie earlier, I'd go home from work on my bicycle from the tube, and I'd have a different one every day, and I'd just be blasting it out, like, you know, singing along.
Yeah, it's one of those. Even people who say they don't like Take That, they know the words. Secretly, they know the words.
Yeah.
And this ensemble, for you as a director and you as a cast member, it must have been great to go to work every day because there's so much energy, but there's a real, obviously, like a pathos to it as well, and there's a real camaraderie between everybody. That must have made for a really enjoyable set, given the challenges that you had as well.
Yeah, it was pretty challenging, but the story is so heartfelt and it's so kind of, I don't know, it's so truthful. So there's, for me as a director, that's kind of what I'm hanging on to. Everything else is wonderful, all the kind of the razzmatazz around it, but if the heart isn't in the right place and the friendship and the love isn't there, then it's no point, So I felt very safe with that.
And just as a final question then, the boring question at the end, favourite song? Take That song?
Go.
I'm going to say Rule the World.
That's 2 people have said that so far.
Because it's Stardust.
Because of Stardust. What is the thing with Stardust?
Because it was in the movie.
No, I know. I mean, Stardust in general.
I don't even...
That movie seems to...
I don't even know.
People seem to
For
have
some
such a big
reason, that
affection
movie
for that
to
film.
me, it's just so nostalgic, and I just think of that song.
Yeah. It's the song.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's the song that makes you think of
It's a good
that
song.
movie. Have you got one?
It changes, but today I'm going to say Said It All.
Okay.
Because I'm feeling a little bit mellow and a little bit kind of thoughtful
Okay.
as I gear up for the premiere.
Yeah, where a few certain people
Oh, I
will be
love Said It All.
along
Said
to
It
have a
All.
little sing-song.
Yeah.
That would be a good premiere.
Hope so.
If that's a good premiere, that would be a good one. Ladies, I wish you all the best with the film. Thanks so much
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!